smells beautiful. It smells so
I'm sorry,
nice.
we ran out of time to.
Welcome to Crystal's Bread. We're going to learn how to shape the dough. Once it's first bulk fermentation, after you stretched and folded, then you notice all the signs of the dough is ready to be shaped. It depends on the room temperature, depends on the dough temperature, and also it depends on your starter strength. The time's gonna vary. Somewhat the minimum is 2 hours, I would roughly say, but today is a cold day, so maybe in 2 hours you might not notice much rise. Then just let it sit and rise, and then you shape it. Okay, so then for this video I made 2 batches to show you 2 different ways to shape. So the first batch, it's been sitting in a room temperature roughly 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours. So you can notice it's a kind of dome shape. Since this is a metal container, you might notice it from the top. But for you, if you can find some clear container, for the, especially for the beginners, then it can help you to really have an idea what does dome shape mean, what is doubling in a size. Then you can put a mark and you can watch from the side that if your dough is really rising or not. And also the top is glossy and it's not sticking to my hand, as can be other sign. And also when I...
Did you say glossy?
Glossy, you can see the glossiness.
Oh,
and if you kind of move, this dough moves with the container. If you kind of tilt it, it might separate easily from the container. As you can see, it's not going to stick too much to the container. So there can be bubbles on the surface. So all those signs, it's been rising. Now it's
ready.
time
it's
to
ready for
shaping.
Okay.
First, when you finish shaping, then you can stick to the oval banneton. If you decided, or if you have only round shape banneton, then you can round it up and then put it in the round banneton. Since I don't have any flowers in here, I can flour it. But today's video I was gonna show only how to do the round one, since this is can be for oval banneton. We can show you how to do it. Okay, let's put this side so you can see the process. It's kind of like a folding, like a letter folding. You fold it in 1/3 of the paper, right? When you fold the letter, put it in the envelope.
Oh.
So it's the same technique.
Okay.
So before we actually doing the shaping, there is like pre-shaping. Pre-shaping, what does it do is it kind of creates this surface, like a skin on the surface. Then when you're shaping, you turn the skin down on the surface, then you actual shaping. So I'll show you. Okay, we almost, not much flour, almost a very light flouring.
Just like a pinch.
Yeah, like a pinch. And you make sure your hands are a little bit flour, not too much. You could dump this on the container. So this is the inner side. The other one is the outer side. So what I'm gonna do,
The face on the countertop.
this one goes down. So this is the open. You can see the bubbles. So make sure this side is on the counter.
Okay.
And then we're gonna use our metal scraper and we're gonna turn it and lift it up. And then this side, we're gonna go in one direction. So let me put this away. Turn it in one direction. Turn it in one direction. Kind of like that. If you don't have a metal scraper, it's okay. You can just drag it. Create this tension on the surface.
So
Drag it
you're
from the other
dragging
side.
and you're kind of tucking
tucking
the-
everything underneath.
on the bottom.
Yeah, so kind of creating tension on the surface.
Okay.
So we're gonna leave it maybe 15 minutes or so.
Oh.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes until it's kind of relaxes. Then it's gonna be easy to shape.
Okay.
If you just try to shape it right away, you can, but this will give the bread a little more spring in the oven, a little more like uprise. So we're gonna let it just, we're not gonna cover because we're trying to kind of create a little bit skin on the outside. So the outside layer kind of a little bit,
Dries out.
it dries out, not too like dry, you know, just have a
Just air it out a little bit.
workable when you put it on the surface.
Got
Okay,
it.
so that's gonna, for that, I'm gonna put it aside a little bit. Just push it aside because we're gonna work on the second batch. Now you can see, because this is a little bit smaller container than this one. So now you can maybe able to see, I'm trying to show from the side, a little bit dome shape. If you can see on your camera, eye,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
maybe, yeah. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring it on the surface again, very little flour, just a pinch. It also depends on the hydration of the dough. If it's high hydration, maybe more stickier. Since
So
it's
when
not
you say
too
hydrated, you're talking about the dough is a little
the
bit.
dough hydration.
The dough is a little bit.
I mean, some doughs are so sticky, then that means high hydration. We're going to talk about that in different lesson. So let's bring this up. Like that. Okay. I'm going to turn it around. And we're going to tuck it in. Like that. Okay. By hand, you just drag it on the all side, kind of like tuck it in. Use your kind of like pinkies, right? Like that. This dragging motion. When you drag it, this surface goes underneath, so it doesn't really stick to your hand. But if you go too far, it might stick. Then you're gonna expose to the inside. So up until that. And as you can see, there's a big giant bubble. We're gonna pop it like that. And there's another one, so we're gonna pop it. There you go. And we try to not to work too much because we waited about 3 hours or so to get all the bubbles and air goes inside the dough. So this is nice and airy, so we don't want to deflate it. So we don't want to work too much on the stove. So this should be just enough. We're gonna wait until 15 minutes. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Okay, we are back after 15 minutes. Let's shape the first dough. Now it's created a nice surface. There's a big bubble here. I can pop it, or it will be got popped, once we start shaping. So this is nice and airy. What we're gonna do is, you can put a little tiny flour if you haven't built your confidence yet, you're afraid that it might stick to the surface, then you can have a little bit of flour, it's fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this one upside down. Bring it up like that. As you can see, there's a skin, and here's a sticky part. You can see that. Now we're gonna kind of stretch it a little bit. This has nice tension. Just stretch it a little bit, not too much, because we don't want to deflate it.
Okay.
Kind of rectangular shape. There you go. And then we're gonna fold it like a letter, 1/3. Bring it up and just stick it together. And on this side, we're gonna stretch it in over. So this is nice shape. It's holding its shape. Then we're going to turn sideways. We're going to start folding it. When we do that, we have a little tension, but not too much to start breaking the surface. So I just have a snug. I'm holding a little. See some big gases coming out. And still holding the oval shape like that. And then kind of pinch the side a little bit to get some of the air and seal it. So at this point, this has been very active. Look, all this gas, air, bubbles. See the side here? If you're making a oval shape, then you want to pinch these sides before you put it in a banneton on both sides. So it's holding its piece quite nicely. So at this stage, if you have a oval shaped banneton, you can use your scraper, scoop it up, the seam side up, and just drop it in here.
Seam side up?
Yeah, this is the seam side.
Why are we doing seam side up?
Because this is your top of your bread. Goes down.
Oh my gosh.
So this side just be glued together, gonna go
I had a brain
up.
fart. Yeah. Okay.
So it goes like that. So it's gonna be a nice oval shape. Let it rise. I also want to show how to do round with this one.
Oh, you want to also show
Yeah.
round? If you were doing round.
Yeah, so since it has a flower, we're going to shake it off. So if you're doing a round, continue with that technique. What you're going to do now is you're going to drag. Remember the dragging? So kind of use your pinkies and then drag from the side. I'm bringing it to you like that. Since it has a little bit of flour on the surface, it might stick as much as we want to, but there we go. So it's holding its shape, nice and round. We're gonna let it rise. Now we're gonna put it in here. You can let it rest for a couple minutes if you want. So that way it kind of like a little bit, the bottom part kind of come together tighter. Because we just glued it together, we just lift it up, might open up a little bit. But if you feel like you can put it, yes you can. So that's another. So scoop it up. So this is the top of our bread, but when it goes in the banneton, it's going to be on the bottom. Make sure generously flour your banneton. So that's how it is. We're gonna, if you want, if it's opening up a little bit, and if you're worried that it's exposing too much, then you can kind of pinch it. Pinch it, bring it together and pinch it together. You just close this open area. Since we already folded, it should be fine. So we're gonna give it the rise. The second rise, the other term, another bulk fermentation. So we're gonna let it sit in room temperature, minimum 2 to 3 hours. It depends on your room temperature again, all the factors, you have to consider those. And we're gonna put it in a plastic bag. That way it will keep the moisture inside. And put it in a nice warm place, not too much draft, not too straight sunlight.
Where do you keep your dough when you cook it? Do you leave it on the countertop?
On just a countertop.
On the countertop.
Yeah. Since we don't get too much sun in this room, let's just countertop is fine. Okay, so let's shape the second one. Just very tiny flour.
Is it a different technique?
It's a different technique.
Okay.
I like this one so much.
This technique?
The other one is very nice technique for the beginners. But you can try this one too. So same way. See, the skin is not sticking to the surface. We're going to stretch it out a little bit. This is the bottom side. You can see all the bubbles are exposed. We're going to bring it to square shape. If you feel like you don't have time to pre-shape, you can shape it right away. So I'm gonna pull it, put it in
The letter folding?
letter folding. This time we're gonna stretch it from the side
Oh.
and bring it in one side, stick it nicely. The other side, it's like
you're wrapping a baby.
wrapping it a baby. And this one, you can come up closer from the top, so you can have a good stretch it and bring it here. Now you can see there's like 2 ears. So we're gonna pull it and fold it, fold it, fold it. So keep pulling and folding. Okay, then this end, we're gonna pull a little bit. Quick motion sometimes can help. Pull it and then tuck it in. Pull it and then tuck it in. Tuck it in. Look how beautifully it's hold its shape.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
So this is ready to go in oval banneton. This side goes down. And then, seal from the both side. Now we're going to make the oval shape. I'm going to flour this a little bit.
So
Some of the flowers are.
where is this dough gonna be on its final stage? Is it gonna be in the round one or the oval one?
So I want to make 2 round one.
Oh, okay. So why you have the oval one?
Just to show.
Oh, just in case the
just to
person
show,
who's
yeah.
watching has oval.
Yeah, if they have an oval banneton, that's where you want to do.
What if they have, what do you call it? Like the pan just a rectangular pan to bake the bread?
Rectangular pan.
Like a metal pan?
Yeah, you can use this one for the metal pan too.
But it's not going to be upside down. It's going to be upside up, right?
Yeah, so this is going to go on top. If you, for example, should I bring the metal pan? Okay. So if you have a bread pan, something similar like that, before you put the bread, you're going to generously put some oil in here. You can use Pam spray oil, or you can use other oils you like to use. What we're going to do is this side going to go up. So we're going to just pick it up. You can use a scraper, and likewise, this is another way to bake it. And this is also, we're going to score this bread too.
Right before it goes into the oven?
Yes.
Okay.
Just putting in a pan, metal pan doesn't mean you don't score, but you still have to score this one too. So I'm going to take it out. For this video, we're showing all kinds of containers. So I'm going to make the bowl shape. So maybe you drag it, or you can use a metal scraper. This big giant.
I really need to learn this part that you're doing.
So you kind of going in and quickly take it out. If you leave it there, because the bottom is exposed, it's going to stick to your scraper. So the quick motion. Turn it. Quickly turn it. Like here. I'll show you. Turn it. Cook it out. Turn it. Quickly out. Turn it out. So keep it its shape. So let's put it in our banneton using our scraper. Quick motion. Up and down. There we go. I'm going to sprinkle with flour. Why we sprinkling is when it expands on the top ones, doesn't have much flour. So when it expands, it might stick to the side. So that's why you cautiously just flour. You can flour the top. Sometimes for me, it's good to flour this part is because now it's covered with flour right after I put it in. Once it rises, then they kind of separates. This flour gets thin, this dry flour. And it kind of separates, then I know it's for sure it's risen. is another sign. So I haven't floured this one, so sprinkle some flour, just a little bit. And we're gonna let it rise in the room temperature on this container.
So what if I don't have one of these, what do you call it?
Banneton?
Banneton.
Okay, so if you don't have a banneton like that, I'm gonna show you how to improvise. Is that the word you use? To use what you have and still be able to make beautiful bread. I don't want you to stop or hesitate to bake a bread because you don't have a banneton. You can use any bowl in your home. All you need is kitchen towel. So just a plain kitchen towel. What I like to do is instead of putting in there and flour it, I like to kind of flour it on the flat surface. Like that. Generously, because now this banneton has some space to breathe, some ways to breathe, versus your bowl doesn't have a space to breathe, so it will get a little wet
And sticky.
sticky. So then this towel is gonna get wet and sticky too. So prevent from that. So be very, very generous with the flour. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue from the stage that I shaped, right? So then I'm gonna just turn it over here and then pick it up and put it on the bowl like that. If you just put the towel and then flour it, it can work, but this is my way of doing it. So then I know I floured all the surfaces.
Yeah, I've done it before. I got one of those. I've done it this way without using your method, and it sticks to the towel too.
Yes.
And it just makes
So
a big
same
mess.
way, we're gonna do that. And then just use this towel just to cover it up. And then you come back and check on it. So we'll do that.
Okay.
In this case, you don't have to put it in a plastic container because it's kind of covered and then
because it's a
covered on
solid
the top,
material.
solid
Yeah.
material. So you can just leave it like that.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna score the bread. I'm just gonna put new blade. Just make sure it's gonna cut through well. It has been since what time? Around I left around we shaped around 11. So it's like a 4 hours, good 4 hours. Because today
It's a very
was
cold day.
Today was a little cold day. Started quite cold. Maybe that's why it takes some. So that's another factor you have to consider. Is I don't throw just like that. I throw back in the bag paper wrap.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
I'm afraid I'm gonna cut myself or
somebody else cut
somebody's-
themselves.
Yeah, somebody else can cut.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Some people can just throw the blade straight into a trash can. I don't know. I have,
Yeah.
I guess, like a little bit of OCD kind of thing going on.
Okay. So blade is ready. Today was a little bit chilly day. So we left it rise about 4 hours, maybe a little over 4 hours. And now you can see that. Remember we sprinkled some flowers, but you don't notice that because it's absorbed in the dough, and also you can see it's been rising and some air bubbles, and looks like it's kind of dome shape, so it's ready. And when you move it, it's kind of jiggle. So those are the signs it's ready to go in the oven. So the other one is we put it inside this bowl, and it kind of rised up raised up a little bit. Yeah, it was
definitely
down low.
doubled, I can see.
So you can see it's moving nicely, they're full of air. Now, I already turned on the oven 450 like 40 minutes ago. It's ready. It just alarm beeps. So let's put this bread in the oven and I'm going to show you how to score.
Okay.
There's all kinds of ways to score. The main purpose of scoring is all this air inside the stove. Remember, we stretch the gluten very well, so they're going to trap all this air. When it goes in the oven, it's going to rise. When it rises, it's going to crack. You know, steam comes and cracks somewhere. So kind of like organized way to make those steam and oven spring go nice way is give a nice scoring. In the beginning, if you're afraid to score your bread because you waited so long that it can go rise, and then now if you score it, you're afraid it might deflate. It's okay if it's just the right time to put it in the oven. Scoring will do good, but you have to remember, if you over rise your dough, then definitely it's gonna go flat. The other reason could be when you're shaping, you didn't give nice stretch that all the glutens can hold itself. So the shaping is also plays important role when it goes to the oven. So consider those and sharpen your skill on the shaping, stretching, building gluten. All those matters when it comes to the final result, the bread you want it nice, rise in the oven and beautiful crust, and when you open it, nice airy soft crumb. So let's score this bread now. So yeah, we can show the scoring here. So we're gonna flip it over. So when you lift it up, since it's been 4 or 5 hours, or maybe longer sometimes, then those flour we sprinkle can get softened. Then it kind of get stuck to the bottom a little bit. In that case, just patiently wait. Don't shake, don't move hard. Just let the gravity work until this gravity takes over and falls off. Otherwise, if you try to force it, then you might lose some part of the bread. So that's done.
I'm not sure
it's a
what
beautiful
this thing
shape.
looks like afterwards.
Yeah. This is kind of seasoned. So over time, it's kind of this wood gets all these flowers and moisture. Eventually, kind of like saturated, I guess, and then it doesn't stick so much.
Oh,
But
what I was
time to
doing
time-
was what I was doing was when it became to that stage, I would scrape it with my nails. I was scraping, trying to make it look like new. That's not what I should be doing.
Yeah, unless those are sometimes when you leave it in really humid place, then if it doesn't get more air, then you have to look for if there's any signs of mold building.
Oh, okay.
So time to time, just gently use a brush and scrape the dry flowers.
How often do you clean it? How often do you use the
So
brush?
when I notice that I don't see the shape of the banneton, then I'm gonna like, okay, this is filled, all this crease is filled with flour. It's time to brush it and clean it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's turn this over because it's a ceramic bowl. So make sure hold it nice and tight. You can just drop it like that. And the nice thing is with towels, you can just remove this easily. And beautiful shape. So we're just gonna, from one side, we're just gonna peel this nicely. Same thing, because this doesn't, circulate air. This gets wet if it's been too long. Now the towel is a little bit moist, so it might stick if it didn't flour well. There, beautiful shape. Okay, you can, if you feel it, there's a little bit moist in here.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've done it before.
Yep.
I didn't really have good experience because I didn't use that technique where you flatten the towel and put the flour. I put it in the bowl and then put the flour and then it got stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so when you score it in the beginning, just try your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just the one swept, quick motion, and go like a little over an inch. Sorry.
A little over an inch.
No, half an inch. That's what I'm trying to say. Half an inch deep.
Oh,
you
deep.
cut
Okay.
it. Sorry,
Okay.
that was the wrong impression.
Okay.
Kind of little angle. You don't want to like 90 degrees. Then you're gonna break all those gluten strands. It's gonna be wide open. It might deflate. So that's why you kind of like, almost like flat to the surface, but has a little angle. So that's the direction I'm gonna start from here and go one motion. Let me also say that you may seen the people make beautiful artwork, and then you wanna achieve that. In the beginning, don't worry about it. Yeah, in the beginning, you just get your bread and write a stage, how to put it, learn all the techniques, how to shape it, how to put it in the oven, and how to score it. Then eventually you get kind of a hang of it. Then start making little artworks. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, that's that. And then for this one, we can make a little different cut. So I'm gonna do this. Even I've done this so many times, still when it comes to the knife, my hand gets a little slower. Some reason. I'm gonna give a side cut and turn the blade this way. We're gonna just use this corner. I'm not going straight, I'm just kind of like on the side. So this is ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna bring my cast iron.
You're not gonna cut this one more? Score this one more?
No, I'm just gonna
Leave it
experiment it,
Okay.
to show if you just one cut, what's gonna happen.
I can go over there if you want. If you want, I can go over there. Is that okay? This is okay?
I don't want to carry this whole thing over there, so I just have to put it right away. Because if I carry this all the way, it might drop.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So make sure,
Hold it.
kind of like hold it. So if you just hold it up, then it might go, back together. So kind of try to stretch it. Stretch it, sweep, move, and then there we go. And then kind of like put these edges down. My cast iron is nice because one side is kind of thin, shallow. The other side is a little deep. So that gives me a room to transfer this here. If it's a big bread, this is very hot. So if it's a big bread, then I use the shallow side.
Oh.
Yeah, if it's a small bread, I can put it in here.
Oh, I see.
Because if I put a big bread here, then it's kind of, squeezed in there. So it's really hot. So let's close it up. Put it here. Okay. Do you want to ask me if you don't have a cast iron?
Oh, yeah. Because I don't have these kind of cast iron at home.
So if you don't have a cast iron at home, you still can make sourdough bread in the oven using a baking sheet, like any baking sheet. I happens to have this type of baking sheet.
Okay.
So use a baking sheet. It's the same way. You shape the bread and then score the bread, and using the parchment paper, you just transfer it here. So when you use a baking sheet, make sure your baking sheet is nice and thick, a little bit good quality, I would prefer. When it goes in the oven at hot temperature, it doesn't lose its shape. Some baking sheets, like a cookie baking sheet, it's a very thin material, and when it goes in a very hot temperature, sometimes it kind of loses its shape.
Yeah.
So that causes
It warps
a little bit.
It kind of does this weird
so
twist.
that's kind of a little bit tricky when you put the bread, because you might burn yourself trying to figure out how to put, because it's going to be slippery, that shape. So make sure it's a good, nice, thick material.
So not that one, but that one?
This one is very thick.
Oh, that is.
Yeah,
okay.
it's very thick. Some of them a little thicker than this, so those are good ones.
What about
you can
that
use
one?
that. Yeah,
That's
this is a
also
very
good.
good one.
Okay.
So
what's
you just,
the disadvantage of, like, why do you not bake on the baking sheet?
so for me, I got used to the cast iron, because in a cast iron, we create this environment like professional oven.
Oh, where it has the steamer.
Where it has a steamer, because in a cast iron, when bread spring, it creates a steam. By having the cast iron on both sides, it holds the steam inside. So steam circles. It's like double benefit.
Yeah.
It can spring, create all the steam inside, then steam goes back to the bread crust, and it makes it rise even more. It's like spraying steam to the bread. So that's why I like the cast iron better. But you can create that environment with the sheet. All you need to do is use a sprinkler bottle and sprinkle before you put it in the oven.
It's
It's
okay.
done,
We'll
or
just
you
bring
want to
the
do it?
camera. We'll
Okay.
just bring the camera.
All right. So it's been 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness! Look at
Look
that.
at that.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, look at that. I love it.
I
My
love it.
beautiful bread. Good job. Keep turning beautiful bread.
It's okay, guys.
So it's ready. Let me get the wooden tray to put it. Let me get this ready. All right, so it's time's up. I'm gonna turn off the oven. Okay. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that scoring we made. So lift it up.
Wow.
There. Nice
Wow.
ear there. Open. Nice spring. Sprung nicely. And the one that we made in the, put it in the ceramic bowl, turned out beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this
But
is
you can
the
notice that there is this
unplanned crack.
unplanned crack, and there's some, you can see the some cracks there. What I could have done is maybe go a little deeper. So, but this is the evidence that fold and stretch technique really helped this one to spring and keep all the gluten, the air together. And it's very light. It's very light. Nice.
Wow.
Very light.
Oh, it's doing that cracking thing
And a
again.
beautiful bread.
Wow.
Thank you for coming. Beautiful
Smells
bread.
beautiful.
Smells beautiful.
Cracking. And
Looks beautiful. Smells just so beautiful. beautiful.
Yeah.
Smells beautiful.
Yeah.
Smells so
I'm sorry we
nice.
ran out of time to
And you can
taste the
start
bread,
hearing the
but-
crack sound again. Yeah.
but
Happy
so
baking.
this time we're not going to taste it. Sorry about that.
Yes.